Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to explain the business development strategy for Chincheros textiles. The following slide presents the breakdown of the presentation, starting with the geographical location and heritage, life of the artisans and commercial threads, overview of the technique, the proposal of products. Also, we go into the marketing and distribution strategy, we complement with the communication strategy, and we finish with the conclusion. To explain the geographical location and the heritage, I invite you to travel with me to Lima, Peru. Then we take a plane to Cusco, and finally a bus of 8 hours to this town called Chincheros. So once we're settled, I tell you the story or the legend of Paucartica. She was a high-skilled weaver from the Inca Empire. She did the most luxurious textiles that were used as gifts for gods and the Inca. So she became a potential prospect wife for the Inca Pachacutec. The problem was that she already was in love of a soldier of the Inca Empire. So she knew at some point both were going to be punished by the gods, or they could even get killed by the citizens of the empire. So both decide to escape to this territory called nowadays Chincheros. And Paucartica builds a community of weavers that spreads from Cusco, goes through Puno, and reaches a little bit of Bolivia. Now that you understood the origin of the community of weavers, we go into the weavers nowadays. They're a community of women usually, and they feel they're not valued for their knowledge. So future generations, they don't want to follow the steps of their mothers on learning the weaving techniques because it's not well paid. Why it's not well paid and why it's not valued? Because right now they compete with piracy. I found mass production textiles from Bolivia sold in Alibaba. In other words, this means that they may be having international trade of this false textiles. So in the original column and the handmade textiles, we can see the colors are more vibrant, and you can see every pattern is different because every weaver is different and they've learned different techniques. And in the column of mass production textiles, we have opaque colors and we don't have that complicated shapes. We just have X's, dots, and stripes, and shapes that try to mimic the real content of the textiles. Let's remember that each textile has different meaning and has economical, social, and political information from the Inca empires and old civilizations that exist before the Incas. Now we go into the overview of the techniques. These women, they just don't weave. They also are in charge of feeding the animals. This could be llama, vicuña, or alpaca. And they shave them and they clean the fibers with special root called sachaparaquai, which is a word in Quechua. This root has saponin, which is the same chemical that have shampoos or soaps. So actually, this woman, they wash their hairs with this root, and it's called the Inca shampoo. For dyeing, they use natural products. For example, they use the chinchilla, which is a parasite used to obtain the red pigment for lipsticks in the cosmetic industry. And then they get to weave. They have two special techniques for weaving. The first one is the knot technique, and the second one is the warp-faced weaved, which means that they can have the pattern on both sides of the textile. For product proposal, we suggest to have women's ready-to-wear and accessories. We could have sweaters, scarves, long coats, leather purses or totes with textiles details. We propose to have handbags, hats like chullos, special capes. Also, we propose to have sneakers. We can have headbands or purses fully made of the textiles and straps for cameras. These textiles are very strong. Actually, some of them were used in the Inca Empire to build bridges. We also propose to have a line of home decoration where we can have table runners, tapestry. This would be a tapestry, not exactly to use it as tapestry, but it's more for decoration. They usually hang this kind of tapestry in the walls because they have a very beautiful pattern on it. And also, we propose to have pillows. For marketing and distribution strategy, we propose to focus on the luxury tourism of Peru. Peru experienced a growth of 7% of this segment in 2015. Also, from 2016, we got information that the overall of tourists, 16% of them represent premium or luxury tourism. In other words, 1.8 million of tourists of premium segment arrive to Peru every year. This kind of tourists expend more than $7,000 per day. Also, we propose to have a distribution through the most luxurious hotels in Cusco: Tambo del Inca, Belmont Palacio Nas Arenas, and Belmont Sanctuary Lounge. We propose to have the most beautiful and high-end techniques of pieces to decorate the most expensive suites of each hotel, and offer the customers the opportunity to visit the community, have classes with the weavers to learn how to weave with the most simple techniques, of course, and also if they want to buy a piece weaved from the home deco line, they could be shipped to their home country, or they could be sent in a very luxurious box to their suite before they leave the hotel. The second distribution would be travel retail. We propose to have a boutique at the airport Jorge Chavez, and also we propose to have a boutique in the new international airport of Chincheros. This airport doesn't exist right now, but the construction already started in January of this year. Also, we propose to have e-commerce, since I found there are a lot of Europeans websites that get inspired from this kind of textiles. For example, we have Mi Pacha from Amsterdam and Peru's, a French startup, and both sell sneakers and other accessories inspired in this kind of textiles. Then we have Cultura, that it's a website that sells different kind of craftsmanship from South America, and they have also textiles from the community of weavers from Chinchero especially. Then we have Threads of Peru. The beautiful about this one is it, first of all, is Peruvian, and second of all, doesn't focus on chincheros but looks for different textiles from different communities. And also we have a home deco website called Oka, based in London, that sells cushions inspired in these techniques. For communication strategy, we want to position ourselves as a responsible brand that educates their clients, and we will work in partnership with a non-governmental organization called the Center for Traditional Textile of Cusco, and we will propose a title of how the heritage of Incas and pre-Inca textiles can enhance our identity and empower women of the Andes. Also, we propose the certification of Marca Peru, where they can specify that they're a handmade product and is 100% Peruvian. And finally, we saw the example of the Maya weavers that are proposing a law to protect their patterns or their intellectual property within their products. So we can do this also with Chincheros textiles. Also, we propose to educate the guides of the luxurious operators, tourist operators of Cusco. The first one is Abercrombie and Kent, and the second one is Belmont Experiences. To educate locals and also tourists, we propose to have a live exhibition and lectures for at least a week or a month in different schedules. In the revamped exhibition of Alta Moda, which is the photographic project of Mario Testino on traditional customs of Cusco. And also we proposed a communication with the help of two bloggers that travels through the country, through Peru, and have a visit to Chincheros. Right now the community delivers the products or the pieces with this small sign with general information, but we propose to have a luxurious envelope with the origins of the technique, explaining it, telling from which town it is, name, signature, and picture of the weaver in a better resolution indicate the mastering technique or master level of the weaver. Short legend translated in English, because the first one that I explained is not the only one. We have so many other legends around this community. Also, invite the customers to follow our website and social media, because they just don't weave every day or they work for weaving. They also celebrate their heritage during the year. So the certification for Marca Peru and indicate the fiber, herbs, and product used for the natural dyeing. In conclusion, I think there's a very interesting opportunity to have a luxury brand from this craft technique, because the value proposition is having a natural fiber that accomplishes the function of keeping you warm with the llama or the alpaca or the vicuña, a product that is 100% Peruvian and its certificate, a unique handmade piece that showcases the cultural heritage of centuries old, natural dyeing techniques that have been passed down from generation to generations since before the Inca times, and we empower women of the Andes, and we collaborate with investigations related to weaving techniques through the non-governmental organization mentioned before, the Center of Textiles of Cusco. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I apologize for not being present today. Please, if you have any doubt or question, send me an email. Let me know if you need a call to answer your doubts. And also, please, at the end of the presentation, find a little table of the benchmark of prices for some of the products, and also the positioning, the desired positioning for this brand. Thank you very much.